Okay, welcome to the second match of the speedrun tournament. To give you a quick overview, we are currently at game 2 of the first round, which is IdoPezarkar versus Algfish31. And I'm just gonna mute this one because I'm watching the stream so that I can see the chat. And hopefully this is gonna be an exciting match. I'm trying to commentate as best as I can. And yeah, it's gonna be a best of one like the last game. So the whole first round is just best of one. And I think the players are pretty much ready. So I'll share their screen now. And you two can get ready. Are you ready? Okay. Then, without further ado, let's just start right in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, perfect. We actually got a really symmetrical start. Very nice. Oh, already saw the first death for IdoPezarkar. And the first ad. I might have to oh no. Oh no, this is bugging. Okay. Sadly, because Algfish is on the phone, we are gonna have a few ad breaks on his sides, but at least it's not gonna change the uh in-game time. It is changing the time? Yeah, but I guess you died once. I don't know. Okay, so IdoPezarkar is finishing up Revolve, and I'm gonna try to mute that stream, but I just can't find where to mute it. Huh. Okay, I can't find a button to mute the stream. Sorry for the quick break. So the ads are actually changing your time. This is crazy. I didn't know that. Well, IdoPezarkar is finishing up gaps and now entering boom with a pretty fine time. He didn't die that often. But Algfish is mostly struggling with the with the technical issues. I don't know if we can somehow fix it. Probably not, sadly. So I'm actually not sure what to do about that. Because as you can see, even though he had multiple ad breaks, his in-game time didn't change much compared to IdoPezarkar's, but his level progress changed a lot. IdoPezarkar is finishing up boom, while Algfish has just entered the last level of gaps, so he's one full door behind now. We might have to redo the match somehow. I don't know, because that is really sad that most of the struggle comes with the technical issues. I was not expecting that. But I think we'll just talk about it later. So for now, let's just try to enjoy these runs we can see as good as possible. IdoPezarkar with very few deaths now, finishing up Thorny. Very nice. On to shove. So now almost 2 whole doors ahead. Both are not going for the fast. It did not go for the fastest route in Booms 3, but still, again, on this part, the most important thing is not dying because it just loses so much as the levels are really long compared to other parts, especially Devil, but it makes sense. It's the third part of the game, so of course it's getting more complicated as to even progress that far you have had to play through everything else. IdoPezarkar now on to right. While Algfish entered another ad break. This is really crazy. I think it's from the new update that the ads don't stop your in-game time anymore, because I'm very certain that it wasn't like that before. IdoPezarkar hit the skip on red 3 on his first try. Very nice. He's progressing very fast through these levels. Algfish dying at Thorny 4. It's a bit tricky there. And of course gets another ad. Meanwhile, IdoPezarkar almost finishing up the right levels. Sadly, I don't know the exact timestamps on which times are good to end a level on. So I can't say if his time is really good by now, but definitely not a bad run. Algfish is on to shove. Except for the ads, his run is a bit rougher than IdoPezarkar's, with a few more deaths, but also not bad at all. Of course, I might have to add that for Algfish it's just 6 a.m. right now, and because IdoPezarkar has 3 p.m. right now and not much time afterwards, Algfish agreed to do a match this early, so huge props to him to even participate in this match like this. IdoPezarkar now halfway through the minibus level, which is the halfway point. Not time-wise, but level-wise. While Algfish is just starting right. IdoPezarkar goes for the lift, the faster lift one. Very nice. on lift, it's really important to like um, calculate each step you take, because everything can affect how many lifts you take on the level, and that's the most important variable, because each lift takes a lot of time. For example, here, if he found a way to skip that one lift, the last lift, then he could have saved a lot of time. But here he closely manages to get the skip where he saves one lift. Meanwhile, Algfish manages. Oh, no way! That's a very unlucky death for Algfish. Basically doing the skip perfectly, but then dying right at the door. And now he's struggling. I think that broke his flow a bit. Very unfortunate. Meanwhile, IdoPezarkar is now onto the clone levels. So if you move door-wise, I think he's now roughly 4 doors ahead. But again, Algfish is just really struggling with the technical issues, sadly. I'll discuss with them later what to do about that, because this run from Algfish is very unfortunate, as he could have done way better, definitely, without the ad breaks that cost his time. Very unfortunate. I was not expecting that problem. IdoPezarkar now onto runner. It's really important to not mess up there, because it can cost a lot of time, as these levels are quite long. But it's looking good so far. Algfish entering now hills, so he's on the last level before the halfway point of levels. Sadly, I couldn't find any way around the sound. Oh, maybe the sound is telling us something, because like before the he can really access the game again, like the ad is still up, but like not the ad video is running, and then we can already hear the game sounds, and it seems like the game is already progressing while the ad is playing, but like not all the time, because at first the ad video is like disrupting the game. Yeah, that would make sense, because his time also did change a bit. His in-game time changed a bit compared to IdoPezarkar's from the last time I checked. So it might just be that, but I'm not too sure. It's really weird. IdoPezarkar now onto the basically through runner, and the next one is enemies. Meanwhile, Algfish finally onto lift. I think it's a bit over 4 minutes later than IdoPezarkar. Yeah, I think the ad breaks and everything really disturbs his game flow, sadly. So we're not gonna see the best performance from Algfish here. Of course, also a factor for that is that it's 6 a.m. for him. But IdoPezarkar is on a pretty good run, I would say. I haven't seen him dying in a lot in quite a bit of time. Algfish manages to do the fast stretch on the lift 2, now onto lift 3. Meanwhile, IdoPezarkar is looking to finish off enemies, but he can't quite trigger it at first, so he lost some time there. Algfish goes for the faster strat here, I think. Okay, not the fastest strat, but at least he skipped one lift by moving to the right instantly. And IdoPezarkar is now in the falling levels, going very far left. That's interesting, because the door always moves to the right no matter where you are, so you can already stand in the right if you like to. Algfish seems to go very cleanly, nice. Not quite the perfect route for lift 5, but he didn't die, which is way better than what IdoPezarkar did on his run. Now Algfish is in the clone levels. They are quite tricky. But so far, so good for him. IdoPezarkar now finishing off falling. It looks like he's not going to die here. Very well done. On to Arcade, which is the third to last door, but also by far the longest, because there are really annoying and difficult levels waiting for the player. Meanwhile, Algfish struggles to get the clone foreskip right, but does an interesting variation. IdoPezarkar died on Arcade 1. I sadly didn't see the death. I missed it. But maybe he can finish us out now. Meanwhile, Algfish entering runner, almost dying there. Almost falling for the little trap there. IdoPezarkar almost dies, that was so close. But he manages to finish off Arcade 1. Arcade 2 is pretty easy. Algfish died on runner 1. Oh, because of the spike. That's the trickiest part of that level. And now he seems to struggle for quite a bit there. Meanwhile, IdoPezarkar is onto the combat level and navigates it very quickly onto the next weird low gravity jetpack level. Barely avoiding the spike there. That was insanely close. I thought he was gonna die. Algfish still dying at the first level of runner. That's a bit unfortunate. This spike is really difficult. It's quite the annoying timing. IdoPezarkar doesn't seem to have the usual Arcade 5 route. It looks very weirdly glitched, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen. Oh, He got a faster route. That is insane. That is really lucky. And here again, the level sounds are back for Algfish. Oh, my bad. The sounds were back for Algfish before he got out of the edge. IdoPezarkar onto the glitch levels. They are very tricky. So he died once, but manages to close it out now. Onto glitch 3. Meanwhile, Algfish is in runner 3. It feels like they are not that far from another, actually. But maybe that's just my feeling because the last levels all feel so connected for me still because I haven't played them a lot. IdoPezarkar is really slim and dies sadly from the source. I don't know if I'm the only one that found that, but I found the strategy where you can just sprint on the wall to that barely avoid that saw. Incredible. But you can just sprint against the wall on the left and just hold down the move button to the left, and then you don't die from the source on glitch 4. But IdoPezarkar does not seem to know about that strategy. Still, he finishes out glitched and is onto the last 5 levels. I'm not sure what to call them. I think because they are just going up, I like to call them the tower. But especially the last of the 5 is the tower. Manages to get a few quick time saves there because of his clean movement. Very nice. Meanwhile, Algfish is now... Oh no! That's a grueling death for Algfish. Right at the end of runner 5, the longest of the running levels. So unfortunate. IdoPezarkar is maneuvering cleanly through the last couple of levels onto the third to last level. Oh, falls down a bit. Algfish now onto enemies. IdoPezarkar onto the second to last levels. He seems to be doing it very cleanly. There's not much of a skip there, sadly, but at least he didn't fall down. Meanwhile, Algfish is trying the skip on the enemies too, where you don't have to push the enemy back that much. Oh, never mind. He forgot that he can just press the button before the door and then finish it up. IdoPezarkar on the last level, if he can close it out quickly, I think that might just be a new personal best for him actually. If I remember correctly, his personal best was something around 23 minutes and 15 seconds or something, so not a huge PB, but it could just be. But also the level does take quite a long time. But definitely a very, very strong run for IdoPezarkar. Sadly, Algfish is still struggling on the enemies levels. Maybe he's also a bit frustrated about the ads. I can't say for sure. IdoPezarkar onto the last couple of meters and finishes the run off with a time of 23 minutes and 26 seconds. Very, very strong run. I think that would be a top 4 on the leaderboard currently, just to put into perspective. Very, very nice. Congratulations to him. Algfish now on to enemies 5. Has to wait for quite a bit there. But hopefully at least he doesn't die a lot in the last couple of levels. Oh. Okay. He waited for the enemy to come close to him so that it would move away again, instead of moving towards the enemy to scare it off earlier. Here he's using the option to jump. Very nice. I actually didn't really know that. Okay, I actually didn't really know that you could jump like that in falling. I thought you can just fall and nothing else. So I didn't know you could do it like that. But he didn't die. That's nice. Oh, speak of the devil. That's very unfortunate. I think he also said that he had quite a few glitches on his phone. So that might also be why he is struggling that much. If possible, I might like to redo the match, but I'll just talk with the players afterwards. IdoPezarkar already messaged me that he has to go for a second or something. Oh, for a few minutes. Maybe he'll be back when Algfish finishes off the run. Nice maneuvers in falling 4. And he's entering falling 5. Is it falling? Something like that, at least. Very nice. It's really important to not get hit by a wall in this level, as you would almost instantly die. Okay, now on to Arcade1, where he could save some time in comparison to IdoPezarkar if he does not die. It's not gonna change the... Oh, he did die though. Very unfortunate. It's not gonna change the outcome of the match, sadly. But IdoPezarkar had a really strong run, so it was clear that he deserved the win. Algfish seems to struggle a bit on the phone with the controls for this level. Makes sense, as on the computer you can, I feel like you can fine tune it even better, while on the phone it's like you control with your big thumbs. So it's way more difficult. What? I couldn't even finish the sentence. I think that was a bug he encountered, because you're not supposed to die there. I mean, there was nothing he could do to avoid dying there. No way. That is so unlucky. So not only... Oh my goodness, that was really close again. So not only does he have to live with these ads, but also had this glitch occur to him, and that made him redo the whole level of uh, Arcade 1. That is so unfortunate. I can't. Oh my goodness. This is the problem with Arcade at the moment. Oh, very clean in Arcade 3 though. That was very nice to see. Barely avoiding the death again. No, but that is the problem with Arcade at the moment, as it still is a bit by. Oh, very close maneuvers there, but no way. The hit on the wall bumped him into the spike. That is an unfortunate death. Okay, what I wanted to say is Arcade is a bit of a problem as there are still some bugs, especially in 1 and 5, where you basically should have the same cycle every time. As it's just bouncing around and should stay on the same path every time, but it does not. And it's not 100% clear on why and how to affect. See, this is not what's supposed to happen. The huge thing is not supposed to. And there, okay, hold up. So, first of all, the huge thing was not supposed to disappear like that. As we saw here, this seems to not be bugged like that. And then he, and now it doesn't break. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, so we got a few glitches here. This is glitch again. And okay, this is what I meant. So in theory, the player should bounce from the top of the map and onto the block and then into the door. But instead, he just broke the wall and now he's not breaking the wall. What? What is happening? What is happening? At least we got a perfect hit in the corner, I think. So it's always this, and this is this block. What? This block is not breaking now? What the hell is happening? He finishes out Arcade 5 and an insanely buggy Arcade 5. What was that? No way. So there were bugs that he couldn't break the blocks. There were bugs that he he didn't bounce from the blocks. Oh my goodness. That is the unluckiest run I have ever seen so far. Oh no. He barely didn't go far enough. He was right before the trigger when he stopped there. This time he got it. Very nice. This is such a tricky ending. Glitch 2 is very, very tricky. Glitch 3 with the invisible maze. I think he got it now. Nice. Now on to glitch 4. After the quick ad break. I love mobile ads. They are so bad. Okay, and on to glitch 4. Let's see if he knows the strategy I was talking about. I think it would help him out a ton. Okay, he does not go for that strategy. But barely avoids dying. Nice, first try on this very difficult part of the level. Nice. Good job. Now he's going to finish up glitch and enter the last couple of levels. Let's see, maybe he can do a few skips here with clean movement, but it might be a bit difficult on mobile. Okay, he does not go for that movement there, where you can just run through. But here he goes for it, very nice. It's crazy that every app nowadays just wants to give you money, but it's all the same, and I think all the same bullshit. I've never tried one though. I don't think you should try one. It sounds like a scam to me. Okay, now the inverse part of the second level of the last door. Very nice. Let's see if he falls down here. Manages to avoid it perfectly. Very nice. Now the third to last level with the springs. Good movement, not perfect, but pretty nice. Oh, got stuck on the spring for one jump. And again, it just seems to still do the time and level. Very unfortunate. Okay, so very fast run through the very nice. Very fast run through the little skip actually. Okay. So it was a very clean run through the second to last level, and even with the tiny skip there, I think usually the door should like fake to the left and only afterwards go back to the right, but he managed to catch the door before it moved to the left, so he actually saved a bit of time there, but sadly falls down on the springs. That's unfortunate. As long as he doesn't mess up too bad, we're still gonna see a sub 40-minute run. Sadly, with all the glitches and technical difficulties, Algfish couldn't show himself from the best side. I think his personal best was around 26 minutes. So a run close to 40 minutes is definitely not good for him. But that's not much he could do about it this time. But the last few levels were pretty clean, very nice. A good ending for the run. So he finishes the run with 38 minutes and 23 seconds, was it? And yeah, I'm not sure if we're just gonna say this is the match or try to uh, do something new. Wait. Okay, so oh, sadly, yeah, I was thinking maybe it should have like a retry because this was like this. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the way to do it, but you had like such technical difficulties with the ads and also the glitch in Arcade 5 was crazy. Like it was glitching out so bad. That is crazy. Yeah, but I'm not quite sure how to edit it because I think IdoPezarkar like won by far, I think. Maybe he even did a personal best, so he did a very good run. Yes. I, I think he got 23 and 28, like 23 minutes, 28 seconds. It was something around that. Okay, so yeah. So, oh wait, I just noticed I muted Discord for the stream. My bad. Yeah, but I'll just sum it up for the stream. So Algfish said he's not beating the time that IdoPezarkar got, and he's fine if we just okay 23 26 IdoPezarkar just DM'd me, uh, and he said he's just fine if we just count it as a win for IdoPezarkar, and yeah, hopefully the technical difficulties won't be there next match, but I think yeah we are just gonna see how it goes. So I'll just write IdoPezarkar here. And the loser of game 2 is Algfish31. Yeah, we can discuss it later when the next match is gonna be. Um, yeah, but the game 3 is gonna be today in 1 hour and 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go live again today later, just for your information, if you all want to watch. Yeah, but with that, I think I'm just gonna close out the stream for now. Both had their highlights and a bit of lowlights, but yeah, still a pretty good round. And see you guys next time.